Check 1, 2.
I might grab the mic and walk down here. Is that going to be a problem? If I walk down the front on the floor? You're okay with it?
Good morning. So a big welcome to our parents and friends that have come in today to join us. Not only here in person, but a big thank you to Mr. Murphy as we're live streaming this event for people at home and people who just couldn't make it in today. So today we're going to spend just a few minutes recognizing some pretty significant accomplishments that our 8th graders have achieved this year. I guess I would have to say that above academics and above all the sport accolades that this class has earned this year, I really want to focus on the fact that this group of kids were pulled out of a building and placed into a different building that they knew nothing of until some of them had never been in the building before until they came to our open house at the beginning of the school year this year. As we got them in and started acclimating them to what this thing looked like with a 712 campus, certain things started to happen. This class was really quiet at the beginning of the school year, and not vocally quiet. If you came to the lunchroom, you would know what I'm talking about. But quiet in terms of the student voice. I'm used to a building where students come to us and talk about what if? Or I've been to another school and they had whatever. I'm used to that, and upperclassmen are used to coming down and having conversations, and that's how you move things forward. Well, the 8th graders this year coming into this building really didn't know that yet. That hadn't been learned by them yet, but they slowly started catching on, and it was almost a popcorn effect. I attended a couple of the leadership meetings during the course of the year this year with Mrs. Murphy's crew, and slowly ideas started to pop. And that's what breeds a positive culture. So if you were a part of that effect this year, thank you, and you know who you are. Thank you for doing that, because if we don't all come together and we don't have conversations about how do we make us better, we don't get better, we stagnate. And I don't want to be a part of anything that's just kind of the humdrum, this is the way it is because this is the way it's been. That's not the way things move forward. That's not the way we want to be here. So I want to thank you for that piece of this. I have been to a lot of performances, athletic events. I've been in a lot of classrooms watching this group perform. You're ready to take that next step. You're ready to take a step, and it may not seem like a big step, but going from grade 8 into grade 9, you're in the same building. But there's a significant step mentally as well as responsibility-wise that you have to be ready to take. And that step is very much focused on your academics and your personal maturity in terms of what you're responsible for on a daily basis. Because now, as you enter into grade 9, you have a whole new set of responsibilities that the state of Ohio expects of you. You don't get promoted. You don't just get that stamp of attaboy. You earn everything that you have to earn in order to get that diploma. And not only just the diploma, but above the diploma is scholarships. What's the next step for you? Are you going to college? Are you stepping into the workforce right away? Are you going into a trade? All of those steps, you are ready now to take and move yourself forward. When we get together at the beginning of the school year next year, one of the first things that you're gonna see is a similar meeting like this, and we're gonna talk about what are these requirements? What are those things that we have to actually do now when I'm a freshman and a sophomore and so on? We'll help you through that whole process. In fact, we have a school counselor team that is unbelievable. They will meet with each of you individually, and they're going to review a graduation plan. They're going to talk to you about, here's some different careers. What are you thinking about right now? We're going to give you some little nuggets. And then as you start progressing through your high school days, you're going to have an opportunity to get out of this building, because you don't learn about trades. You don't learn about occupations, different careers by sitting in a seat in a building. You learn about them by getting out. We have an internship program that is going to do just that. We're going to get you out of this building, expose you to different types of careers, and then as you progress through the high school, guess what? We're going to plug you into a business, and you'll be leaving the building here eventually and spending some time in that, so that when you get to that last day of your senior year and you're walking across that stage with that little funny hat on, you can take that step beyond high school confidently, knowing that I got this. I know where I'm going, instead of that scared, whoa, I don't know what's happening here. So many positive things have happened over the course of this year with this group, and so many positive things are going to continue to happen because you are now going to be able to affect the change, a positive change on students that are younger coming in through the building. You experienced a first year here. You know what was really good. You know what was not so good. We're going to talk about that. I want to know about that. Because if there are things through the eyes of a student that we can do a little bit better to make something better for the next group that's coming through, guess what? We're going to be doing that. So a big kudos to you guys. Parents, thanks so much. We tried to communicate as much as we can. This consolidation was not over with as of the first day of school year. We lived this. We kept moving and changing things and making things better as the year went on. We're in a pretty good spot right now. We will be looking at more things over the course of the summer, and we'll be even in better shape as we start up year number 2. So congratulations, guys. We have a lot of teachers that are going to want to talk a little bit about some individual awards, but please know that the growth of you, whether you're walking up on the stage today or not, your growth is readying you for that next step, and that's what we're most excited about. So I am going to read to you the first set of criteria for the first awards. We're going to start off today with the department awards. These department awards are focused on a set of criteria, and I'm going to read the criteria to you. So each of our departments has selected one outstanding student based on the following criteria. Student displays intellectual curiosity and critical thinking in the subject area. They display diligence, completing all assignments thoroughly and thoughtfully, often going above and beyond. They maintain a positive attitude and an open mind toward the subject's content. The student makes intelligent, insightful comments during class discussions. They willingly revise and edit work, take criticism constructively. They chose to take the department's most challenging courses and oftentimes involve themselves in additional classes and clubs and activities. And they make him or herself available to assist their peers in peer tutoring, just peer assistance in general. So I'm excited to turn the mic over to Mrs. Sullivan. She's going to begin the department awards with our English department. Thanks, and welcome.
Good morning. The first student that I would like to announce for the English Language Arts Award is an 8th grader who I've worked with all school year. And one thing that I noticed about this student is her incredible insight and vast knowledge of multiple subjects. In English language arts, it's not a content area, so we don't worry so much about the students coming in and having to know the content, but it's a synthesizing of new material and previous knowledge and being able to communicate that clearly in the written expression. So my first student is Theodora Haskell. And announcing for Mrs. Stanley, who has to be with her class and her dog that we heard a little bit ago. But I do know this name. I've had her older siblings. So Lakia Holdsworth. Thank you.
Good morning, my name is Eddie Judd. I'm going to be presenting for the Math Award for 8th grade. We have actually 2 awards. The very first award is going to go to Brandon Lutz from Mrs. Stanley's class. Faced with choosing one student from all of the 8th grade is always a very challenging thing. The students we chose from the 8th grade is being recognized for the demonstration of excellence in mathematics. They put in an outstanding effort into all they do and have been in advanced mathematics courses all throughout middle school. They've earned A's in their courses. They scored accelerated or advanced on the state tests. And they've been in classes with children older than them and still stand out as one of the top students in the class. Most importantly, though, the student who I'm about to recognize has always come in with a smile. He's always been willing to help his peers with the work that is being done in class when they do group work. He makes class a better place for everyone. The only sad thing is that Mrs. Harris was not here to be able to present this to him herself. Sam Rusa. And next up with science is the esteemed Mr. Hurst.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Steve Hurst. I'm the 8th grade science teacher. Picking an award, as Mr. Judd said, for the entire 8th grade class is a very daunting task. In science, one of the key things that I look for every single year, critical thinking skills, questioning which students are highly quizzical, ask those tough questions, try to find those tough answers. In science, that's what we do on a day-to-day basis. For Mrs. Stanley's class, we'd like to recognize Mr. Brandon Muntz. For my 8th grade classes this year, this was a tough category, but looking through all the students that I've had this year, and who has raised their hand the most in my class, who has asked some of the toughest questions, come up with some phenomenal answers, Ms. Theodore Casper. Thank you.
I'm giving the award for history, and in Miss Stanley's class, Adriana Sawastik. There were a lot of students who I would have liked to have been able to nominate for history in my class. Unfortunately, I was limited to just one, but so many of you worked so hard and were so focused and were so great. The person who gets the award is Natalie Prion.
Good morning. I am Lynn Morrison, the school counselor for grades 7 through 9. I am presenting the French Award for Most Outstanding Performance in French for Miss Wills, and that student is Madison Sheridan.
Good morning, I'm Debbie Wyant, Director of 7th and 8th grade band, and I get the pleasure of working with these students for 3 years, so I get to watch them pick up their instruments for the very first time and listen to that, and I also get to watch them grow and develop. And it's my pleasure to present the Music Department Award for Band to Emma Lyons.
All right, good morning. Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm short. I am beyond excited to have the 8th graders in the high school choir this year in this building. The student showed courage, leadership, and dedication throughout the school year. She has worked extremely hard these past 2 years on showcasing her talents. And I am pleased to announce the 8th grade choir award recipient to Lauren Holly.
the honor of presenting the 8th grade art award for Mrs. Scully. She wanted to say that she has always been impressed with the students' art ability here at Crestwood, having so many talented artists, but today she would like to recognize two particular art students in the 8th grade, and that would be Garrett Byers and Marcella Zell.
Taking high school engineering as a class in the high school can be a very challenging subject to do, but taking one as a middle school student can be even more challenging. 11 of you rose to this challenge. I'm going to read their names. Carter DeSadnik, Emma Gaines, Sterling Hammonds, Wyatt Januska, Emma Lyons, Jamison Mathers, Katrina Richards, Sam Russo, Kyle Shellhammer, Austin Worm, and Bell Worm. Mr. Newshoots and I are proud to say that all 11 scored proficient or advanced on their state tests, and that alone deserves a round of applause. When we had to decide which student should receive the Middle School Student Engineering Award, it was very tough to decide who would be deserving. We selected two students for our co-award. These two students would go way above and beyond what was required in class, whether it was becoming a student leader, helping set up a lab, helping their peers on an assignment, taking an assignment to a place where we've never seen before, blowing our minds with what they came up with. No matter how challenging the project seemed to be, they always rose to the challenge. They always were able to meet and exceed our expectations. As a matter of fact, they kind of seemed to enjoy the fact that it was a challenge, and they would just dive into it full force. So I'd like to thank them for their hard work as they continue to go in this engineering track. We hope that they take many more classes in the future. The winners of the Middle School Engineering Awards are Carter DeSantis and Sterling Hammonds. Next up is physical education.
Mrs. Dickman, our 8th grade PE teacher, would like to recognize Kyle Shellhammer and Jade Davis.
Work smarter, not harder, Kyle. Nice job. Good job, Kyle.
So next, I'd like to present the award for the students who stepped up amongst their peers and were willing to apply to be in the leadership program. Leadership isn't just for, leadership is a student-driven activity that endeavors to create a school atmosphere that promotes the PBIS values for school, self, and others. In order to be a member of leadership, students needed to apply and be accepted. This year, leadership students served our community by volunteering at the Portage County Dog Warden. They served their school by going through a peer tutor training and then assisting their struggling peers. And they showed care for themselves by expanding their thinking skills at 2 escape rooms. I'm really proud of this year's leadership students. And what I was trying to say is that not anybody can be in leadership. It's an application process. It's intense. And the students who are going to get this award were willing to put themselves out there and be part of this. So, I believe the awards go to Emma Lyons, Maya Miller, Lily Cook, Trina Richards. Audrey Julian. And Maddie Sheridan. I also should say that those leadership students gave up their lunch once a week, sometimes twice a week. Some of them showed up to help decorate for the 8th grade dance, so they stayed after school on that Friday before the dance. They really put in a lot of time, and all of the 8th graders should be aware and grateful for what those leadership kids did. Just before I talk about Power the Pen, I heard that it's somebody's birthday in here, and maybe it's more than one person's birthday, but happy birthday, Landon. Power of the Pen is a creative writing team. Students write to a prompt and have 40 minutes to write a story that contains all the elements of good fiction. This is not easy, but the Power of the Pen students do an amazing job each week. Members of the 8th grade Power of the Pen team are we are giving awards to the people who qualified for, I think this is district? Yeah. Okay, so folks who went to district are Emma Lyons, and at the district tournament, how you perform determines whether or not you qualify for regionals, and Emma qualified for regionals too. Avery Delaney qualified for districts and regionals. And Avery qualified for state. Avery, hold on one sec, because I need to brag on you for a second. Not only did she qualify for districts, regionals, and state, we had states at Otterbein 2 weeks ago, and she was in the top 25% of all the writers in the state. Natalie Priato. Natalie qualified for districts and regionals, and Natalie went to state too and did awesome.
We would like to recognize this year perfect attendance, which is no small feat given all that we've been through with the pandemic. So congratulations, Sterling Hammond. So as 8th grade students, we have a category of presidential awards. The first one that I'd like to talk about is for outstanding educational achievement. The purpose of this award is to recognize students that show outstanding educational growth, improvement, commitment of intellectual development in their academic subjects. Congratulations to the following students for all of their hard work. So they will be getting a certificate and then a letter that is from the Secretary of Education. So first off, congratulations to Landon Berkeley. Next is Victoria Clapp. Michael Hager. Katrina Richards. Adriana Sawastik. And last but not least, Jacob Taylor. The second category for presidential awards is for outstanding educational excellence. The purpose of this award is to recognize academic success in the classroom. To be eligible, students must earn a grade point average of 3.5 on a 4-point scale during their middle school years and must have received high achievement on either the reading or math Ohio Achievement Test. It is my pleasure to recognize the following students for receiving this award. First, Anna Bove. Rebecca Brady. Meredith Carroll. Alexa Christopher. Lorena Dehoff. Emma Gaines. Sterling Hammonds. Audrey Julian. Theodora Casper. Brandon Lutz. Emma Lyons. Jameson Mathers.
Oh my God. Grab the hand of
Maya Miller. Gianna Nero. Natalie Priato. Olivia Krasinski. Sam Rosa. Kyle Shellhammer. Maddie Sheridan. Austin Worm. And Bella. Bella, if you can hear me. Bella. I'm sorry they keep getting to see my face, but moving on to our PBIS awards for 8th grade. At the Crestwood 7 through 12 campus, we care daily for school, self, and others. The PBIS awards that I have the honor to present are to recognize students who care for self, school, and others. Each teacher of 7th and 8th grade selected one student that models our Crestwood Cares motto. Please hold your applause until all students have been named. Students, please come to the stage when called. Thank you for caring for school, self, and others. Yes. From Mrs. Adkins, Avery Delaney. Mr. Judge, Sterling Hammonds. Please hold your applause. Mrs. Combs, Olivia Brzezinski. Mr. Kirst, Theodora Casper. Mrs. Murphy, Katrina Richards. Ms. Nero, Audrey Julia. Mr. Newshoots, Emma Lyons. You guys walk across the stage, please, and you can exit down on the other side. From Ms. Nolan, Anna Bowe. Ms. Ponick, Landon Berkeley. Mrs. Scully, Garrett Byers. Mrs. Stanley, Adriana Swastik, and Lakia Holdsworth. Mrs. Sullivan, Maddie Sheridan. Mrs. Warren, Victoria Clapp. From Mrs. Wyant, Natalie Criado. From Mrs. Thigpen, Jennifer Mink. Thank you to each of you. And a very special recognition goes to Adriana Solostic for earning the most care cards through our PBIS system. So congratulations.
Good morning. Let's give another round of applause to our awesome As an award to you all during lunch today, you will all be given free ice cream. I want to make sure I also give a special thanks to Mrs. Sweet, who put a lot of work and time into creating these awards, the coordination with her and our entire counseling department, our entire 8th grade staff. Let's give a round of applause for them as well. Again, special thanks to all you eighth graders, eighth grade parents, friends, family, community members. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for your support throughout the course of this entire school year. We look forward to the growth and development of you, all you eighth graders, as you transition into next school year as ninth graders. Thanks again. Eighth graders, when you are dismissed from here, you will go back to your class, grab your belongings, and during the next exchange, you will move on to your next class. Thank you.